Hi everybody, it's Cathryn from In the Pink Designs. My project today is a lemonade box. I'm using a brand new bundle, So Refreshing, stamp set and dies. The back box measures 4.5 by 3.5 by 1. And inside I have lemonade heads. I really wanted lemon drops, which my daughter likes, so I wanted to give that to her for her birthday with a gift card, but they didn't have them. I think Hobby Lobby has them sometimes, or Cracker Barrel I know has them, but these are the lemon heads, and when I was a kid, the lemon heads were shaped like lemons. Now they're just kind of ovals. But that made me surprised. But I also have 2 Weiler Light Lemonade singles to go in there. But you could put whatever it is you would like. I also used, this paper is from the Bright and Beautiful Designer Series paper. And the blanket I actually cut out of the Fresh as a Daisy DSP. The one that's like a variegated blue. Alright, so what we need for this project is some basic white for stamping. We need a piece of Boho Blue that is 10 by 8. 2 pieces of the Bright and Beautiful. Now this is Lemon Lolly. I thought I bought the Lemon Lolly pad, but I didn't. So I'm using Daffodil Delight ink on these. So we need 2 of this. That's the Lemon Lolly stripe. It has the dots, the circles on the other side that are 4.25 by 3.25. 2 that are 3/4 by 4.25, and 2 that are 3/4 by 3.25. And of course, the blanket. You could cut this just out of Boho Blue if you don't have the DSP, but it is embossed. I don't know if you can see. Let me show you the die here. It embosses little squares and stuff in there. Kind of a plaid looking, I guess. All right. So let's start with my Simply Scored. We're going to start on the 10-inch side, and we're going to score at 1, 4.5, 5.5, and 9. Then we're going to turn it to the 8-inch side, and we're going to score at 3/4, 1 3/4, 6.25, and 7.25. Okay, now I'm going to fold and burnish. Okay, we need to start with it in the landscape position, and it is symmetrical, so either side is fine. All right, and this is what we're going to be doing. All right, so we're going to start on the lower left, and we're going to go to the first score line and cut it to the second score line. Get rid of that rectangle on the bottom and wedge both sides of the square. We're going to go to the next score line, cut it to the second score line, next score line, cut it to the second score line. We're going to get rid of the rectangle on the bottom and wedge each side of the square. Okay, now these 4 we don't need, so we're going to take off 3 rectangles in the square. So we're going to start at this tab we just made and follow the score line, and I'm cutting up off the score line all the way over to the end. Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So now we're starting with the pieces that we're going to take off. So we're going to go to the second score line, cut cut it to the second score line, and then take all that off. Okay, now we're going to go to the next score line, cut it to the second score line, get rid of this rectangle on the bottom, and wedge each side of the square. Okay, now we're going to go to the next score line, cut it to the second score line, get rid of this rectangle on the bottom, and wedge each side of the square. Okay, now we're going to get a corner rounder, and this piece that's hanging out here without the edges on it, we're going to round both sides of the end. Okay, and that's what your cardstock should look like after you're done scoring it and cutting it. Okay, now we're going to start over here on the left side, and we're going to put glue on both of these tabs, and we're going to take the score line on the tab and connect it to this inner rectangle on the sides. Okay, on this side and then on this side. Okay, now I'm going to put glue on the next two tabs, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take the score line and match it up with the side of the inner rectangle. Okay, and that's your box. Alright, so now we need our DSP. Now on this one, I didn't put one on the inside here, but we're going to do that on this next one here. Okay, so the two that are 4 1/4 by 3 1/4 are going to go on the top and the inside of the flap. And then the two long sides are 4 1/4 by 3/4, and the two short sides are 3 1/4 by 3/4. Okay, and I'm going to put them all on with liquid. And I'm going to leave the one that we're putting on top off for a minute because we have to stamp our sentiment. So let's put the one on the inside and the ones on the sides first. Okay, now before we put on our top, we're going to put our happiest birthday in the top right corner, and I'm going to be using Boho Blue Ink. Okay, two things to watch out for. I stamped the sentiment upside down, so I'm glad I had this extra piece and I didn't put it inside there, because I am prone to do things wrong. And then the second thing not to do that I did is to put your one of your long side pieces on the inside. We want it for the outside. So I had a little bit more. And then we have to round the corners of one of the long sides so it matches with our flap there. Alright, and then I'm going to glue that on the front. Okay, and now that we have our sentiment the right way, I'm going to put that right on the top. Okay, now we're going to let this dry so that we can do some stamping. This is my host code. If you're going to spend anything under $150, not including shipping and tax, please put that in. I'd appreciate that. All right, so now we need our basic white, and we're going to be using Boho Blue Ink, Daffodil Delight, and Old Olive. So first, let's put down the Boho Blue, is what I'm using for the outside of the picture. Okay, And then I'm going to do the inside of the picture and the lemons with Daffodil Delight. Now I need some scrap paper because I didn't get Lemon Lolly. I want it a little bit lighter inside the picture. So I'm going to stamp off once, and then I'm going to stamp in the picture. Good. Okay. And then we need the lemon. So the lemon outline I'll do in the full strength, but the inside of the lemons I'm going to stamp off. So stamp off once, and stamp them. And then for the outlines, I'm going to put full strength. Good. Okay, and then we need the lemon slices, and I'm going to do 2 of those. And then we need the leaves, and we're going to be using Old Olive. And I'm going to do the outline with full strength Old Olive. And then the inside, I'm going to stamp it off once. And there we go. Okay, and I have already cut out the blanket, so we don't need to do that. So I'm going to cut these out, and I'll be right back. Okay, so there is our pieces. So now, before we put that on, we need some adhesive Velcro dots. They're low profile, and we're going to put 2 of them. 1 on each side. You can put 1 in the middle, but I think it tends to kind of bow out on the ends if you do that. So I'm going to put 2. And then put the other side on top, adhesive up. Okay, and I'm going to put my lemon heads in there. I got the lemon heads and the lemonade at Dollar Tree, if you were wondering. And I just put 2 of the lemonades in there with it. And you can put a gift card in here. Or you can use this for a favor, for a tea party or birthday party, summertime. Alright. Now we're going to put the blanket down, just like that. Going to put glue all around the blanket, and then I'm just going to pick up some of the glue that's already there and move it over to the little tassels. Okay, and then I'm going to put the lemons on the picture. I'm going to put 1 down a little bit lower. And 1 a little higher. They overlap just a little bit. Alright. And then I'm going to get some dimensionals and some edges. Alright, I'm going to cut an edge to go in the handle. Just like that. And then we'll put 2 regular dimensionals. And I'm going to put the picture just about like that. And I need a mini dimensional right underneath the edge of the pouring area. What is that? I'm forgetting what to call this. The edge of the picture? I don't know. I forgot. I seem to think there's a name of it. I don't know. Okay, so then that's that. Now we need to attach our lemons and the leaves. So I'm going to put the bigger leaves on first, closer to the left lemon. And then the smaller ones in between. This has to go up just a little bit. There we go. And then the other leaves kind of going in the middle of those, just like that. You really only need a little bit of glue at the bottom. Okay, and we're going to put dimensionals on the back of the lemons. Well, I think I'm just going to get one in there. And it's going to go right here. So we need just, a little bit of glue on the tip of the leaves, because it might touch the picture. Okay. Now we need some ribbon. And I'm going to be using the sheer ribbon combo pack, which has the lemon lolly, azure afternoon, and bubble bath. And I'm using the lemon lolly one, and I'm going to try to make the smallest bow I can. Okay. And then I'm just going to cut off the edges. And we're going to put it right there. So I'm going to use, this one's a little bit long. Okay. I'm going to use glue dots and some liquid glue. We'll put the glue dots on either side of the knot and then a dab of glue on the knot. And I'm just going to put it by the edge of the picture, just like that. Okay, and then for the final touch, I'm going to use some Rhinestone Basic Jewels. And I'm going to put a little one right in between the two leaves here. And I'm going to put, I think, a large one right there, and then a medium one on the edge of the picture. And that's it. My email is below, along with the link to my blog that has all the measurements and the link to Stampin' Up, my Stampin' Up site, so that you can purchase any of these things. Please subscribe and hit the like button, and I will see you on Friday. Have a great day. Bye.